Hello everybody, hello. Good morning. We have an extraordinary day ahead of us. A truly exciting day. A day of firsts on the stream. I'm excited that we have some people here to enjoy it with. Let's see, we got Green Boy here, we got Zahira, we got Nada, we got Piano Eagle, Calvin has made it back, Brandon has made it back, Cobra might be in the chat. What is up, everybody? We're gonna get started just in a minute here because we have a lot to do. A lot to do, everybody. How's everyone doing this morning? Is everyone feeling okay? Good morning, the Omega Stunts. Annalise, what's up, Annalise? How are you doing, Annalise? Dude, Holden's back. Holden, I'm so glad you could make it back to another stream, man. We missed you the last couple of them. We got a lot of exciting things to update you about. Can I start the next stream at 2? I will. I think I might switch up the times a little so that other people can make it, because I know these morning ones are a little bit tough. Yasmin, what's up, Yasmin? Oh yeah, school. I believe that, Holden, for sure. I know a lot of people have school. All right, what do you guys say? What do you guys say we give it a roll, huh? Let's start this. Let's start this with a little dramatics, everybody, because I had so much fun last time we did this. So let's see if this works again. All right? Get excited, everybody. All right, everybody, welcome. Welcome, everybody, to a new day. A new day on the street. Everybody, my name is Charlie. Welcome. Welcome to a new day of learning. A new day of adventure. Who knows what we will learn today? Our only limits are our imaginations. In the last stream, we went on a trip to a foreign land. Got it on the coming down. We went on a trip to a foreign land. To the island of Toadsburg, where we established an island nation. We created our own constitution. The Constitution of Toadsburg, and the Toad Rebellion found a home. But where will we go today? We do not know. I kind of know because I have planned things out, but I will say it will be an adventure. We are joined today by an extraordinary mind. Patrick Zaytoony of Blue Origins will be joining us to talk about space travel. We'll be learning what it's like to live in outer space, to escape the confines of planet Earth, to ascend into space and establish a colony there. We will be making our very own O'Neill colonies to examine and test how gravity will work on space stations. And finally, if time allows, we will be writing a letter and sending it to space. Everybody, that is what we have today. That's what we have on deck. I hope you're excited because I am. So, welcome to another Wonders with Charlie Live. Let's get cracking, everybody. That was super fun. I like that. All right, Holden, see you later, man. Enjoy school. I hope you have a great day. Hopefully you can make the next stream. All right, everybody, here's the deal. We have a lot going on. So, like I was saying, today is the big day. It is the big day, everybody. We got a lot going on, so I'm going to play some music in the background to get us cracking. I know this... Is this too loud? Let me know if this is too loud. All right, everybody. Today's the day that we have our first high-profile interview on Wonders with Charlie Live. Patrick Zaytoony is joining us. I'm going to show you guys him. One sec. This is Patrick. Patrick is... Thanks, Annalise. Patrick is the head of advanced development programs at Blue Origin. Blue Origin is Jeff Bezos' company, and they're creating rockets to send to space, and they're planning out these colonies that people will live in space called O'Neill colonies. So we're gonna have a chance to ask him a bunch of questions. I kind of put together a bunch of your questions that you asked me a couple streams ago. So I have some questions from Annalise, I have some questions from Michelle, from Rochambeau, from Caden. Lucy has some questions too. So that's going to be pretty exciting. He's going to join us at 10 o'clock. At 10 o'clock. So in the meantime, we're going to go over something real quick. We're going to talk about O'Neill colonies. So we kind of know a little bit about what they are before we start out. But first things first, I have a question for you. I needed some help with the design. No Squishmallows? Piano Eagle. I asked if we could ask some Squishmallow questions, and Patrick was like, I do not know what Squishmallows are. So unfortunately, Patrick has no opinion on Squishmallows, but perhaps another day. Maybe in our next interview, the people will know about Squishmallows, so we'll have to see. But here's my question for you. I have a bunch of printouts from our last stream. We have the map of the island of Toadsburg. We have our Toadsburg Constitution. Incredible. We also have Caden Co's logo of the Toad Rebellion. My question for you is, I'm trying to figure out where I should put them on my set. If I should hang them on the wall behind me, if I should put them on that cork board, or if I should put them down here. I do not really know. So do you guys have any ideas where you think they should go? There's some space down here. Put them back there. Put them up. Should I print them out bigger? Should I integrate them into the computer screen? If you have any ideas, type it in the chat, because I need a little bit design help with the studio. Put it on a shirt. Oh my gosh. We just have Toad Rebellion shirts. I think high on the orange wall right behind you. High on the orange wall right behind me. It might be cool to create like a montage or a collage of all of our projects. I think that would be cool. Nada, I definitely agree. The island picture could be bigger, and I kind of want to make it like topographical, you know? Like put lines around it to make it look a little bit more like terrain. I think that would be a cool project if we ever decide to do that. All right, so we're thinking the orange wall. The orange wall might be a good place to put it, so I'll keep that in mind. But guys, as we begin here, Patrick's going to be joining us in 20 minutes. 20 minutes. I am extremely nervous, so we're going to see how it goes. But in the meantime, let's talk about O'Neill colonies. So O'Neill colonies, I was kind of talking to you guys about it in a stream or two ago. I'm going to put a little slower music on because this samba is a little aggressive for me right now. There we go. This is our classic slow music. All right, everybody, let's go. We're going to start out with this Wonderopolis article, wonderopolis.org, supporting the stream. Thank you, Wonderopolis. Today, the wonder of the day is about, could you live in an O'Neill colony? To give you guys some perspective, these are what O'Neill colonies look like. They're giant either cylinders or rings in space that spin around and create simulated gravity, and they put entire worlds in there. What's really kind of interesting about this is when you kind of typically think about living in space, I always thought it'd be like living in something that looks like the ISS, some super spacey like metallic box. But here they have worlds, they have forests, they have plants, they have animals, they have this space elk right here. It's an entirely different image of what it's like to live in space, which is really interesting. Joe Gregory, what's up, dude? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for saying hi in the chat, man. Welcome, Joe. We're just talking about O'Neill colonies before Patrick shows up for our 10 o'clock interview. So, let's get a little basics on O'Neill colonies, all right? Time for a dramatic reading. And now, a dramatic reading of O'Neill colonies. Ahem. It's silent. It's infinite. It's mysterious, and it may be a vacuum, but it certainly isn't empty. That's right, today, we're setting our sights on outer space. Have you ever dreamed about venturing into space? Most kids have, but where would you go? The moon isn't exactly habitable. Neither are Mars or Venus. In fact, humans would find it very difficult to live on any of the other planets in our solar system. But what if you could live in outer space? But not on another planetary surface. Over years, many scientists have asked the same question. One of these physicists, Gerard O'Neill. His inquiry led to the idea that still fascinates many people today, O'Neill colonies. What are O'Neill colonies? Picture spinning steel cylinders that float in space. Their shape is why they're also known as O'Neill cylinders. By spinning, these habitats would make artificial gravity. How? It's similar to being on a merry-go-round. People inside the colonies would be pulled toward the interior surface by constant motion. It's kind of confusing, but you have a cylinder, right? Imagine a cylinder. Looks like this. Imagine it's spinning really rapidly like this, like around and around and around and around. You could imagine all of the stuff inside would kind of be thrown to the edges. So imagine you're inside a giant cylinder, you're thrown to the edge, and you're kind of like standing on the wall. The force that throws you against the edge is kind of like simulated gravity in the case of an O'Neill cylinder. So imagine a giant cylinder the size of a city or the size of a state or something like that in space spinning around insanely fast and you being thrown against the wall. It does not sound very comfortable, but perhaps we can ask Patrick a little bit more information about it. All right, what would it be like to live inside an O'Neill colony? People and animals will be able to move around the same way they do on Earth. The length of this cylinder would likely be divided into 6 sections. 3 of these would be for land where people would live and grow food. The other 3 would act as windows, allowing in lights for the sun. Of course, mirrors on the outside of the cylinder would deflect light at night. Darkness is important to human life too. Interesting. The sun would play an important role in life inside the O'Neill colonies, just as it does on planet Earth. Let's do topic sentences now so we can crush through this. O'Neill first laid out the plan in 1974. In 2019, Blue Origin founder Jeff Bezos shared his vision for O'Neill colonies. and the future of life in space to benefit people on Earth. Living in an O'Neill colony, humans can find it easier to move around in space. Interesting. Okay. Here's my question for you. You're presented with the opportunity right now. Straw poll. Would you live in an O'Neill colony? Someone came to you right now and they were like, oh, hey, Joe. Oh, Annalise. Oh, Piano. You have the opportunity to go live in an O'Neill colony. Would you say yes? Would you say no? Or would you say yes, as long as I can bring my Squishmallow? Create poll. Share. Link is copied. Link is pasted in the chat. Feel free to vote. Would you live in an O'Neill colony? Would you leave Earth? It's a tough one. I think I would be interested if I could bring my friends along, if I could bring my family along. But honestly, it would be very difficult to want to leave Earth right now. I'm gonna say yes, actually. We'll see. Who we got? Someone's only going if they can bring their Squishmallow. We have 2 votes for yes, we have 1 vote for no, and we have 1 vote for yes, as long as I could bring my Squishmallow. Nice. Is there a trial version first? A visit before deciding? I think that would be the ideal thing. What if they established a like a vacation O'Neill colony? You know, like an O'Neill colony in space where you can visit for just a period of time as like a weekend getaway. From a marketing perspective, that seems like the best thing to do. Annalise says Piano and I are only going if we can bring our Squishmallows. Squishmallows are a necessity. I wish Patrick was okay with talking about Squishmallows, because I would tell him that Squishmallows are integral in his design of developing O'Neill colonies. All right, everybody. We have 10 minutes until Patrick decides to show up. So in the meantime, my question for you, we'll have let's kind of just hang out and chat for a little while we wait for Patrick, because I don't really want to start anything if we have to end it right when he arrives. Cobra, what up, broskies? But hey, weekend won't be enough. Nada says, by the time we reach, how much time would have passed, and how long would a weekend be in space? Nada, you're asking really good questions. Does time pass on an O'Neill colony the same as it passes on Earth? Because in Interstellar, you see those weird things where it's like time passes differently on other planets. And also, how long would it take to get there? Like a classic trip to Australia from here in the United States, you gotta at least think about it's gonna take like a week or so to get there, you know? We could do a Kahoot, Piano, Eagle. I'm thinking about doing a Kahoot, but I don't know if we have time. Kahoots typically take like 15 minutes, so we might not have a ton of time. Charlie, have you seen the Avengers movie series? I have seen the Avengers movie series. Who's your favorite Avenger? I think if we were talking Avengers, my favorite has to be Captain America. I always liked Captain America. Even before the movies came out, he's kind of a fan of mine. I got the red, white, and blue shirt on today, so I'm a pretty big Captain America fan. Francisca Costa, hello, traduza para português. I don't exactly know what that means in English. Translate in Portuguese? Perhaps? Lo siento, no sé mucho portugués, pero yo sé un poco español. Brandon Brown, Charlie, what's an O'Neill colony? Aparna Bala says, I want to know more about the colony. Okay, let's talk about the colony. So these are O'Neill colonies. This is kind of what I was talking about. These are what we're going to talk to Patrick about. There are a couple different designs. This one looks like it's shaped like a donut or something like that. This is shaped more like a cylinder. This is more of the cylinder space. These are kind of more cylinder shapes, and this is more like a donut. An O'Neill colony at its most basic form is a space station that people will potentially be able to live in outer space. These are things that have existed in science fiction and in books before, but Blue Origin is the first company, it seems, that is kind of interested in making them a reality. So like actually building them in space and kind of pursuing them as legitimate projects. I think they're a little bit theoretical right now, but we're gonna get a lot more, that's for later, a little more clarification from Patrick about how they work, how they're gonna be built, how big are they gonna be, and different things like that. Cobra Fighters, yes, you just described it perfectly. It's a fantasy world where the multiverse are merged. Dude, but that's the cool thing is, because I was talking to Patrick about this in our preliminary call. O'Neill cylinders and O'Neill colonies are things that have existed in science fiction for so long, and when you read them in a book, it's different than thinking of building them in real life. But Patrick is working for a company that is building them in real life. So it's like no longer are these things fantasy. They are real, and they're trying to figure out how to actually build them, which is incredible because they feel a lot more kind of tangible than if they did in a book. It's could be something that you guys or I visit in our lifetime, which is crazy. Calvin has correctly identified the space elk. Calvin, we're gonna be able to ask Patrick what types of animals they might have on O'Neill colonies. Do you have any guesses? Besides elk, what types of animals would exist in O'Neill colonies? It seems as though there is no limitation, just because of the ecosystems that they're building in these things. Akash, hello Akash. Piano Eagle, I've never watched Psych. Dino Birds. Here's the thing is, if we're going, could they ever do like a Jurassic Park O'Neill colony where they revive dinosaurs and put them in an O'Neill colony? I don't know. That would certainly be pretty interesting. All right, guys. We're 5 minutes away from the first high-profile interview here on Wonders with Charlie Live. I hope you guys are feeling okay. I am a little nervous, but Patrick's pretty cool, so I think it will go over well. And we'll see how it goes. Do you have any advice for me before this interview? Have any of you guys interviewed people before? What interview advice do you have? Good evening, Cobra. It's 8:23. Any interview advice that I should keep in mind during this interview? Should I don't know. What do you guys think? I got some people here from India. Hello. Stay calm. All right. Any advice for how to stay calm? Because usually I get a little bit fidgety, and I think I just need to take some deep breaths and kind of relax a bit. You know, just kind of slow down, and not talk over him, and just kind of be okay. Nada says, don't rush your thoughts, keep calm. That's true. We have a lot of questions here. I think I'm just going to take some deep breaths and kind of take the conversation as it goes. Our friend Olivia is here. Hello, Olivia. Welcome. You're just in time. Patrick's just about to join us. Cobra says, slow down your breath. Oh my gosh. And Nada says, hold a pen or something you can hold on. Hold it hard, and you will channel your tension into it. I just grabbed this pencil. I think it might be helpful to have something that I can fidget with a little. And Cobra says, or simply faint. That's a great, if I need to bail for any reason, I could just faint and it will be all okay. That will be my out for the interview. Just think, no one is around except your friends. I do that, it works for me. That's true. We're all on the same side. It's all gonna be okay. All right. One sec. Cobra says, let's play a game. I'm feeling nervous for some reason. Guys, it's going to be okay. Okay, we got 5 minutes. It's going to be okay. How about this? Let's talk about something fun. I've been thinking about holding a game night that's a little bit later in the day. So because people have school and stuff during the week. So if I held a game night that was more kind of towards the nighttime over here, I know some people are from India, so they might be asleep at that time. But anybody who is here, I think like Annalise and Piano are here. Would you guys join for a game night where it's kind of more relaxed? We might invite Patrick over, my friend Patrick, not Patrick, and we could do like a lot of cahoots and it'd just be more hangout, trivia, fun games. That'd be so fun. Annalise says yes. Yes, we would. All right, I'm thinking about next week we're gonna do a late night, not late night, but a nighttime. We'll do a game night. I think that'll be pretty fun. Brandon says, where's Carly? Carly is on vacation right now. I think she's gonna go up to Maine. Yeah, Piano Eagle Minecraft. We could play Minecraft. We could play Roblox. We could play Cahoots. We could do some wiki races. I think it'd be pretty fun. It'd be super chill and a good time to hang out. All right, we got a couple more minutes before Patrick joins us. Here's the guy. His official job is the head of advanced development programs at Blue Origin. So that's who we're getting ready for. Nada, I'm really glad you suggested that I hold this pencil because I'm going to town on it right now. All right. You guys might notice I added a couple things to the studio. Got a butterfly up here. We got some color filters over in the window. Anitha Carthy says, why isn't Kirby not in season 3? And Weird But True, it's kind of heartbreaking to see her not there. Kirby joins in some later episodes. So as the season carries on, Kirby will make an appearance. Kirby decided that she did not want to be she didn't want to host the show. She didn't want to be a main person in front of the camera because it's a little bit of a tough job. So after season 2, she was like, you know what? I think I'm going to do something else. So she's decided to get a different job and be like a supporting character on the show. But Casey's still there, Patrick's still there, Kirby shows up a little later, and Carly's still pretty great. So I think you guys will still enjoy it. Oh, thanks, Nada. Have I played Monopoly before, Brandon? Do you play Monopoly online or on the board game? Because I've definitely played the board game before. And the board game's pretty fun, definitely. But I haven't played online. I'm trying to think of fun games that we could all play together. That's why I like Kahoot so much, is that you guys can play, we can all play as like one big group, you know? All right, let me show you guys. Here's the Zoom frame that I have set up. So I'm gonna be on the left, and then Patrick's gonna be on the right here. We're gonna have interview with Patrick Zaytoony from Blue Origin. I'm really excited about that. And then he'll be able to join us in this frame too when we look at different images. So hopefully it should work. Anitha Carthy says, is that clam in your fish tank? Yes, that is a clam. It is a bubble clam though. It's hooked up to a little air compressor. It fills with air and then bubbles kind of shoot out and rise to the top. But that is the clam, and I think eventually we should probably name the clam because it has no name right now. Guys, we're T-minus 60 seconds away from our interview with Patrick. 60 seconds, everybody. 60 seconds until Patrick joins us. All right, here it is, it's 10 o'clock. Ready? Guys ready? Don't count down. It'll make you nervous. Forget time. The clam is fake. All right, everybody. Patrick's going to join us right now. I'm admitting Patrick. Admit Patrick. We'll see if he can make it. Hello, Patrick.
Hey, Charlie.
Oh, yes. Hello. Patrick, can you say some words so I can test your audio to make sure it's good?
Totally, man. Can you hear me okay now?
I will crank up my audio a little bit and let's hear it one more time.
Okay, trying it again now. Let me know if you can hear me.
All right, I think that sounds good. Everybody in the chat, let me know if you can hear Patrick all right, because I can hear him all right. One sec while I get everything hooked up here, Patrick, and
Sounds good,
then
man.
we'll be ready to go. How are you doing this morning?
Great. I have my coffee. I'm good to go.
All right. We have been getting so extraordinarily hyped for this interview this morning. We've just been waiting, rubbing our hands, getting excited. We just read an article about O'Neill colonies, so we're excited to chat with you about that.
Sounds great. Yeah, I love talking about that stuff. I know it's a little bit further out in the future, but it's the kind of stuff that gets us extremely excited and getting us, thinking big things.
That's the one thing that I think is definitely so exciting about it is we were just kind of talking how it does feel like it's part of science fiction, but I mean the first step to making that a reality is considering it almost not science fiction and something that you can actually legitimately make. And you're part of a company that it's not crazy to think that you can actually make it real, which is pretty incredible.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. We get to do some things that are just so exciting. The sort of the vision of Blue Origin is really to envision a future and enable it where millions of people are living and working in space to benefit Earth and all of humankind. And if you think of that future, our mission is to try and make sure that the road to that future is built and all the pieces to make it happen are actually there, so that all of humankind can make that happen.
Yeah.
And we want people to be living in these giant O'Neill colonies where life is going to be incredible, just like here on Earth, with beautiful gardens and sky and plenty of space and energy and resources. So yeah, we everything we think about is like, how do we connect the dots from where we are now to kind of what this future is going to look like.
Yeah, that's incredible. So we have so much to talk about. I want to talk about your job. I want to talk about some of the rockets that you guys are creating. I want to talk about O'Neill colonies for sure. But first, so your job, you are head of advanced development programs at Blue Origin, right?
No, so actually, I'm head of program management yeah, which is slightly
Guys,
different.
this is a disaster already. Oh no.
Yeah, so right
You
now
need
I
to update
run.
your LinkedIn, Patrick. I got
I
that
I
from
will
LinkedIn.
I will go do that. No, I was doing that earlier, but now what I get to do is I get to work with all the teams that actually go run all of our programs.
Okay.
So we you not only have our human lander, which we're working on with NASA to go put people back on the moon, but we're also working on a few different things that we're not kind of quite talking about yet.
Ooh.
Yeah, so but so all of the my job is to make sure all of those program managers who are running all of these things are doing it right.
Which
So
I can imagine that is a pretty difficult job because when I was looking into Blue Origin, it seems like I was trying to kind of siphon off the particular projects that you are working on. So it seems like there's the rockets that you kind of are developing. Part of that are the new engines that you're developing as well. Then there's Blue Moon as well. And then there's kind of in the background, I guess, like O'Neill colonies is something else that's kind of theoretically back there. Can you kind of like give us a couple sentence summary about each one of those things to kind of help us figure out exactly what Blue Origin is and
totally.
you as the puppet master, what you're working with?
Absolutely. So yeah, so we started focusing on suborbital space flight. So essentially taking people all the way up to above 100 kilometers, the Kármán line, and then bringing them back down safely to Earth, and doing that as repeatedly as possible. So that's what New Shepard is supposed to do, and our team is off working on that and has flown it many times. Our next thing then is New Glenn. New Glenn is a much larger rocket, and its job is to go all the way to orbit and take large amounts of payloads, both big stuff and heavy stuff, and to do it and get it there. And again, New Glenn is also, the first stage of it is reusable, and its job essentially is to help get us into space so we can start doing all the interesting stuff in space. Of course, you can't do any of that stuff without having really good rocket engines. So we have a phenomenal team who are working on making engines reusable, and they're working on all sorts of different engines for New Shepard and New Glenn, to make that happen. And then we have advanced development programs, ADP, and that's where I work with an amazing team, and our job in ADP essentially is to look at the future. So everything from sort of where we're at now to connecting the dots to millions of people living and working in space and the O'Neill colonies. It's charting the course, it's starting to work on the next set of programs to go make that happen, working on the technologies to kind of go make that happen. Blue Moon is a huge part. It's a lander designed to go to the moon and take large payloads there. We're also using that as part of what NASA is wanting to do, which is put two Americans, first woman and the next man, back on the moon in 24. So there's we're working on that thing as well. So lots of super exciting things. And the one thing I also want to sort of say, the thing that's sort of stitching all of this together, like you said, is this millions of people living and working in space. We know, like, I'm not going to get to really build the O'Neill colonies, right? My job is to help get these building blocks in space. It's going to be the next generation, the folks listening on this chat right now, who are going to get to work on even the bigger building blocks, and it's going to be their children, working on sort of advancing that further. And so that's why, because it's sort of like multiple generations, we've created this club. It's called Club for the Future.
Mm-hmm.
And it's literally essentially a bunch of folks that they want to think about the future. They want to learn about it. It helps sort of fixate it in our imagination and in our mind. And it allows us to, think multiple generations ahead so that we can actually plan towards, what this future can look like.
I love that. It kind of connects to what we were talking about earlier, but I love that type of thinking where you look at these things that are science fiction, and you as a company think, well, what if we can make that real? And then you think about this project that might not be completed until after you're gone, and are like, well, let's start it anyways, because it's still important that we at least get it started.
Exactly. And so you think about, I got to start it, and we got to start working on it and figure out what we're going to do. But I also have to engage the people who are going to, be building it 10 years from now. And even if these folks are in middle school right now, like, we got to go start talking to them and have them imagine what this thing is going to look like, and get them excited about going to school and going to study the right things. And then, joining a whole bunch of, aerospace companies that might get to work on it. So we have to think about the project. We have to think about the future people who are going to work on the project too.
Definitely. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
That might be a tough question, but I was asking the chat a couple days ago if they had any questions for you when you showed up. And one of the questions was posed by Michelle Yu. And Michelle was wondering, why is it important that humans go into space? And why is it important that we live there rather than living on Earth?
Yeah, that's a great question, Michelle. So the answer is actually we got to do both. I mean, there will continue to be people living here on Earth, but the main reason we actually need people to go live in space is humanity is continuing to increase. We're more people. Eventually, if we want to have sort of the great lifestyle that we have right now, we need to just expand out into space. We need to harness all of the energy and the resources of the solar system and all the stuff the sun has to offer. And so by putting people actually in space, the point is we do that to help Earth, so that all of these folks can essentially take all of that stuff that we're doing here on Earth, all of the heavy industry, we move that off the planet. We keep Earth as this like special place that we take care of, better and better. But at the same time, all of the great advancements of technology, all the kind of the really interesting and energy intensive, resource intensive stuff we want to go do, let's go do that in space.
Mm-hmm. All right. So now this leads me to the other big question. We're starting with two very deep questions from the people in the chat. So I don't want to put you on the ringer right off the bat, but you are overseeing a lot of extraordinary things, a lot of things that could potentially change the future for a lot of generations. We have someone in the chat, Annalise, and her brother Piano. They are big fans of Hamilton. And the quote comes to mind. Annalise wanted me to ask you, how do you feel thinking that, in a way, kind of like Alexander Hamilton, history has its eyes on you, where you are in charge of something at its precipice, at its very introduction. And in many generations, they might look back and be like, Patrick was in charge of that. What had happened? And now we're living in O'Neill colonies in space. How are you? Does that make you nervous? Does that make you excited? Do you try not to think about it very much?
Yeah, it's funny. It actually, I think it's important to think about that, and it's important to sort of keep it top of mind. I think we get to work at a very special place where we have a very kind of clear vision and mission. And so one of the things I actually try to do every day is actually think about that every day. And at the end of the day, kind of look back and say, how is what I've done today advanced us towards our vision and mission? The things that the things I'm going to go do tomorrow, how did those actually help get more millions of people working and living in space? Or how does it help us actually advance towards getting there? And I think sort of thinking about that, what that future history might kind of look like, having a little bit of that guiding star actually is kind of inspiring, and you can sort of use it as a measure, as a yardstick to really kind of keep yourself focused on just doing the important things, doing the right things, and sort of not worrying about the rest of the stuff.
So rather than being frightened by it or feeling like you're under so much pressure, you use it as kind of a motivating push or a North Star to guide you towards the destination.
It's our compass.
It's the compass to which you direct all of your work.
Exactly. And motivate the team to go charge forward.
Yes. We are at like the halfway point, so I want to kind of pivot to O'Neill cylinders right now, because that's what everybody's super hyped about. So I'm going to switch her out. We're going to throw some pictures of O'Neill cylinders. Everybody, if you're just joining us, we're talking to Patrick Zaytoony. He is, can you remind me of your job again?
Yeah, I'm head of program management at ADP.
Head of program management at Blue Origin. And right now we're talking about O'Neill colonies, which are kind of like space stations that people might potentially live in outer space. When I look at these, and I think of when a lot of other people look at these, we're surprised by the look of them. Because in a lot of science fiction, a lot of movies and television shows, you think of almost images like you see inside the ISS, right? Where you're surrounded by metal, you're surrounded by machines. You're in like a small hallway when you're in space. This is a big city with natural lands and park areas that is a lot different than than the traditional vision of what space stations will look like.
Yeah, and I think that's by design. It's actually, right now we have some very, dedicated astronauts who are, professionals and are living, for 6 months at a time, and sometimes longer, up to a year, in our current space stations. But when we get to O'Neill colonies, like, people might, be born and live their entire lives on O'Neill colonies. So these things have to be sort of inspirational places where people actually gravitate to go live in them. So people need to have space. People need to see the sky and the stars. People need to have green around them. And so that's sort of the world in which kind of these O'Neill colonies were envisioned. And whereas a space station right now, I think, has enough space to maybe have about, let's say, 10 to 12 people, these O'Neill colonies will eventually have 1 million people, or maybe even larger. And so just the sheer size of them is almost boggles the mind.
I like that you said that, because I was talking to my mom yesterday about this whole concept of O'Neill colonies, and she was like, well, I wouldn't want to live in space. And I was like, why? And she's like, well, think of your whole equilibrium will be thrown off. And when you look at these, kind of like what you're mentioning, people need to
Yeah.
experience the outside, they need to see the sky and things like that. It's kind of like a lot of thought is taking into account people's like mental health, and the transition
Yeah.
from moving to Earth and space wouldn't be as jarring or as intense if you moved into a place like an O'Neill colony.
Yeah, absolutely. And the great thing about O'Neill Colony, I've spent a lot of time in New York, right? And it's a great city, but there's a lot of people living in New York,
Yeah.
right? And it can get a little crowded. And you can't make more New Yorks. There's only so much land on it. That's the kind of the cool thing about O'Neill colonies is you can make more of them.
Hmm.
And so what it allows you to do is actually spread out and give people, bigger places, more parks, mountains that they can go, fake mountains, but the mountains they can go to and do all of these things, and do that when the human population is 50 billion, 100 billion, a trillion humans, and you can sort of keep adding to that, and really allowing people to kind of experience all of that.
I like this quote from Jeff Bezos that I found when he was describing what it would be like inside an O'Neill colony. And he said, "This is Maui on its best day all year long. There's no
Yeah.
rain, no earthquakes." And he said, to put it simply, people are going to want to live here.
Yeah, yeah, and he's absolutely right. Because one of the great things you'll do is once you have something like that, is you can eliminate a lot of sort of the natural phenomenon that people have to fight against, like hurricanes and tornadoes and earthquakes and things like that. But even things like high winds and that sort of thing. And so when a few of us were sort of creating and envisioning these O'Neill colonies, we said, and Jeff actually asked us this very question. He's like, well, what would buildings look like if you didn't have to protect them from high wind or rain? And we all looked at each other. We're like, we have no idea. and so
Well, it's like,
and so this is the kind of thing that I would love sort of future architects to actually come
yeah,
sit back and think about it. It's like, what would something like that look
there's
like?
no longer any sort of limitation, like structural limitation, and your imagination
Hmm.
can kind of go crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah. So we only have a few minutes left, but we have a couple questions that I kind of want to bust out if we can do some like rapid fire questions. I
totally.
know at their core, the answers to these questions are infinitely more complex than we have time for. But Annalise was wondering, what's the timeline for living in space?
Yeah, so Ali, I mean, one of the cool things actually to think about is that since the early 2000s, um, humanity actually has been living in space,
Hmm.
and so we've had almost continuously American and Russian astronauts and astronauts of all kinds actually living in space. So I think the real question is, what does that look like? Right now, we have somewhere usually between 3 and 6 people living in space at any time. What does the future look like? We don't know for sure, but we would hope that within the next few years, we're talking about tens of people living in space. When Annalise doing our next set of designs for all the other future landers, I would hope that we probably have hundreds to thousands of people living in space, and then the children that come after that might see something where it's tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, and eventually millions of people in space.
So the next question comes from a lot of people, from Casey, Calvin, and Lucy. People are really interested in learning about what animals will potentially live on these O'Neill colonies. We have a picture of an elk right here, so we know at least
Great.
space elk are going to be on there.
Space elk are totally going to be a thing. We have that on good authority. But no, it's actually a great question, because we actually envision that you can create environments where you can have almost nature reserves where a lot of these kinds of animals will be able to live, and people might be able to go see them. So I think you're going to see sort of a lot of these kind of protected nature reserves up in space. But what about where people are going to be living, like in the cities that you showed or some of the other ones? I think people are always going to want to have pets. So I think you're always going to see, cats and dogs and, guinea pigs and things like that. You're definitely going to see those in the cities. We're definitely going to see things like birds and bees and things like that. Because
That's
I think,
outrageous.
a lot of those, animals are needed to actually help nature. And this is going to be sad, Charlie, but I think we're probably going to end up seeing cockroaches and rats too, and mosquitoes, because we never want them. And then, they're just going to sneak up in some box of food.
They're going to find a way to make it up into these colonies.
Exactly.
All right, final question before we sign off. Can we confirm at least the potential for toads living in space?
Absolutely.
We can confirm from Patrick Zaytoony, the guy in charge. We can confirm toads living in space. Very important.
And what I'd love to see, Charlie, is we're going to have gravity, so the toads are going to be able to jump just like on Earth. But there's going to be places on the O'Neill colonies that have lower gravity or even zero gravity. And I don't know if anybody's ever seen this, but like, what does a toad look like jumping in zero gravity? I don't even know if we even know.
How will a toad reacting? Yeah, to like half the amount of gravity, jumping twice as high. That would be pretty extraordinary to see.
I know, right?
All right, well, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today. But Patrick, thank you so much for joining us. We've been so excited for this. You have helped get us more excited about O'Neill colonies. I think everybody's pretty pumped about the potential for this and space travel and everything in general. So thank you for taking the time to join us today. We really appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks, Charlie, and thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
All right. See you, Patrick. Thanks. How do we do? How did we do? We did it. We did it. Yes. Yes. Ann Beringer. Hello, Ann's class. Casey Cole, we got a toad question in it. We completed our first interview, everybody. Oh my gosh. We need something. We need some. Oh my gosh, I know that's way too loud. Sorry. That's way too loud. Let's come down. We completed the interview. We interviewed Patrick. Everybody, it was great. A couple things I appreciate. I appreciate Piano Eagle reminding me to hold my pen in the middle because I was really freaking out. That's right. Can we get some W's in the chat? Can we get some W's in the chat? We did it. We completed the Patrick interview, everybody. W's in the chat for our victory. Thank you, Patrick. Thank you, everybody in the chat. Thank you. This music is getting really dark. I'm going to stop it. Thank you, everybody. We did a great job. I'm glad you guys were there. I was getting nervous throughout it, but we learned a lot of interesting things. Now we can take a deep breath. All right, Brandon, thank you. Aparna, Bella, Leomaga Stunts, way to go. We did it. What did you guys think? What did you guys think about it? I wish we had more time with him because he's so cool. I wanted to ask him about his chair. I wanted to ask him about a lot of stuff. How do you guys think it went? You didn't look nervous at all? Thank you. I appreciate that, Nada, because I was very nervous. It was super interesting. I love the way that they think about everything over there. It seems like there's no limit to our imaginations. There's no limit to what can be made real. And even if something doesn't exist in the world, they're like, you know what, let's try it. Let's try to make it work. Super interesting. But I still do have a question. According to you, how will you send people inside? How will they send people into the O'Neill colony? I don't know. Truthfully, I'm not sure even if they know. So that's a great question. He seems so nice. Brandon, yoga, meditation. I need to chill out, I think. It felt like, Nada says, it felt like Inception meets Passengers. A lot to digest and contemplate on. I can't even imagine, though, how you would even start. How could you even be like, yeah, how could you look at this photo and be like, yeah, all right. Yeah, let's do it. I look at this and I'm like imagining making a craft version of this and thinking I would be entirely confused and daunted. Oh my gosh. You hold your nervous very well. Thank you, Annalise. I really appreciate it. I'm glad we got some viewer questions out there. Definitely. We weren't able to hit everybody's, but we were able to get some. So that is good. But Patrick, anyone from Blue Origin, if you're still watching, thank you guys so much. We had a great time. Well, I'm kind of relieved I don't have to make a decision of whether I want to go there or not. Yes, Nada, that does sound very scary. All right, everybody. Now that that is complete, now that we know a little bit more about O'Neill colonies, now that we understand the general concept, we are going to do a little bit of a demo. We're going to do a little bit of craft. We're going to try to figure out exactly how gravity works on O'Neill colonies. So I have a craft set up. We're going to watch a quick little video to help us conceptualize what this craft is, what this demo is, and then we are going to do it ourselves with a few changes because I don't think this craft is made very well. So we're going to do it ourselves. So guys, real quick, we have a video to watch. I'm going to stop this. We're going to slow the music down. Oh my gosh, I'm still riding high on that. So we're doing a demo. We're going to do a demo where we're going to figure out exactly how gravity works on O'Neill colonies. I think it's going to be interesting. It's going to be fun. We can potentially make a story out of it and fool around and have a fun time. First things first, do you guys like this butterfly? Because it's new. I hope you like it. My God, how many things does Charlie have in his house? 1 trillion, Cobra. I have things for days. Okay, everybody. In all seriousness, I think that interview went very well. Thank you guys for settling me down. I was a little nervous at the beginning, but I'm glad that you guys were there. I think it went very well, and hopefully, if they enjoyed it, we might be able to do some of these in the future. So I want to say to you guys, thank you very much, because you definitely helped me out there, so I appreciate it. Okay, we like the butterfly. Terrific. I think it's a great addition. So I don't know if you guys have seen this before. Centripetal forest board. Here's a demo that we are going to make. Olivia likes the butterfly too. Thank you, Olivia. I really appreciate it. Yes, the craft. I love crafts. I love creating things. I love making things out of paper. We are going to do that today. So the decorations are very fitting, I think. Okay, so this is a centripetal forest board. It's from a YouTube channel called Sick Science. We're going to watch it together. We're going to comment on it. We're going to see what we like about it, what we want to change about it. I have some ideas. I'm going to be interested in seeing what you think. Toad is better, but butterflies are cool. Casey Cole, you missed it. We have maps printed out. We have the Toad Rebellion logo that Caden designed. And I've also printed out the Constitution of Toadsburg. And I'm trying to figure out where to put it. I think we might experiment with a collage in the background on the yellow. I think that's where we'll put it. All right, everybody, but we're going to go forward with the centripetal forest board. Let's see how it looks. Real quick, I want to say hello to Alexander because Alexander said hello during the interview and I didn't really catch it. Alexander, hey, how's it going? I'm so hyped to be here. I love all your videos on YouTube and Wonder. I made the wired tree. You made the wired tree. I hope it's really nice. Hey, if you send me a photo, I'll check it out on stream. There's my email right there. Right. It's so easy and fun. I love all your videos. Sub. Hey, thanks so much for subbing, Alex. I really appreciate it. You should print out the flag too. Annalise, great call. I'm going to print out the flag. The one with the stripes because that was the one that we voted upon. I can't believe I forgot to print that. Okay, moving forward. Here's our little demo. Rope, water, these are the things that you need. We're going to need different things because I don't think we're going to do this. Drill a hole large enough for the rope to fit. Oh my gosh, this is already going way too fast. Drill a hole large enough for the rope in each corner of the board. Okay. You should print out the flag too. What happened to Toadsburg? Toadsburg? Casey threat detected. Uh-oh. All right. This is Toadsburg. Toadsburg is the country that we created on Tuesday. Toadsburg is a nation that we established for nature lovers escaping technology and toads escaping persecution. We landed on an island that we discovered was shaped like the face of the toad, and the two eyes were volcanoes. We created a constitution, we created a flag, but in our flag-raising ceremony, Casey Cole was making calls for a rebellion in the background. So not all is peaceful, not all is quiet and good on the island of Toadsburg. There are some rumbles of some drama in the background, and the story will continue. But for now, we continue with the centripetal force board demo, and we will see what we do. So you tie the center of 2 even lengths of rope together. Usually these goes pretty fast, but I think we'll be able to deduce what we're supposed to do here. Okay, so you tie the rope or whatever through the corners of the board. We'll see if we can do that. That sounds easy. Pull 1 strand of rope through each hole and tie it in the end. That's no problem. Okay, so we make this. So we have 4 ropes right here, and we have a base plate. And we connect the rope so it kind of swings like a little hammock or something like that. Oh, Anita, you tried grass kazoo? I'm glad it worked, because that's very tricky to do. Rebellion against TikTok and frogs, Casey Cole. Yes. Well, I don't know if we're rebelling against frogs. We haven't really established it. Okay, here we go. So you put something on it, and then you swing it back and forth. And you can swing it around in a circle, and they will stay. So this is what we're going to try to do. Except we're going to change it a little because this isn't very achievable, I think. What keeps the cups from pulling off? So guys, if you can imagine, this is exactly how gravity works on an O'Neill colony. Here's something that might help us out. So this is exactly the same thing. You have a rope that you're spinning around in a circle. Woo, 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 woo. It's attached to a can, and there's, for whatever reason, this is a wasp inside. But as you spin it around, the objects have an inertia where they want to keep going in the same direction. But because it keeps changing directions, they will be pushed against the side of the board. Pushed against the side, which will keep kind of spinning and correcting it so it doesn't fly away. That force that pushes them against the side is the simulated gravity. It's almost like the walls of an O'Neill cylinder. Spinning, 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 spinning. And you imagine you're against the wall. And you're being thrown against the wall at such a force that simulates the exact force of gravity on Earth. That's the nature of it. Does that make sense? Let me know yes or no. Another example of when you might have experienced the force is if you're in a car that turns very quickly and you get like thrown to the side. That's kind of that same force right there. Annalise Lee says, yes, that makes sense. Correct. Cobra says centripetal force is the force that pulls anything outside that's circling around a certain object at a certain speed. See? No problem. No problem, Cobra. You exactly got it. Anita says, I'm in 8th grade. Sorry, I know nothing about centripetal force. Well, that's okay, because we're going to learn a bit about it today. We're going to make this demo, except we're not going to do what they said, because, guys, who has rubber mats at their house? Who has a board at their house? And who wants to throw around glasses of water? We're going to make this a little bit more achievable, I think. 8th grade, too. We got a lot of people in 8th grade. Shout outs to 8th grade. All right, everybody. I have a question for you. If you think about this, this right here in our demonstration, we got a nice range of people. We got some people in 8th grade, 5th grade, 12th grade. We're all over the map. I like it. I don't even go to school anymore. I graduated. All right, Cobra, see you later. Join again sometime, dude. Thanks for stopping by for the interview. Appreciate it. So this is like Piano Eagles in 9th grade. Shauna Singh. I'm not sure if I said your name right, but welcome to the chat. I haven't seen you posting there before, so welcome to the chat. We're so glad to see you. This is like the section of an O'Neill colony. Imagine it, a section that spins around, you know? This is how O'Neill colonies simulate their gravity. So when you spin it around, it's almost as if this is a section of the O'Neill colony. So my question for you is, do you want to just do this demo and just do it? Kind of like a craft. We're chatting. We're going through it. Or do you want to potentially turn it into a story and have some fun with it? Do you want to just do it? Or do you want to storify it? Do you want to turn it into an adventure? Because we could do that too. I'll probably use double stick tape for the rubber mat. Yeah, I got some ideas for that. I think you can just do it without a rubber mat. What do you guys think? Should we just do it or should we storify it? Piano Eagle says storify it. Okay. I always enjoy a little storification. Anybody else have an opinion? Anita says storify, I guess. Anita, you weren't here on Tuesday, so I don't know if you know what storify is. It sounds risky. Ooh, yeah, it sounds risky. Do we take the risk? Casey Cole says storify. Annalise says storify too. I don't know. I don't know. Should we storify it? Should we storify it, everybody? It's risky. Like Anita said, it's very risky. Let's decide whether it's something we want to do or not. I don't know, everybody. I don't know. The partner says storify. All right. I don't know, guys. I don't know. Wait. Oh. Wait, what? Wait. Oh, Curb, do you want to say hi? Wait. Okay, guys. Pause on everything. Pause on everything because Kirby's here. Kirby's here, everybody. Kirby makes an appearance. Hello to Curb.
You guys seem very focused at the moment. What are you doing?
We were just starting a demo. We were just starting. I'd set up a dramatic intro for the demo, and then you just poked it. Wait, stay here. Everybody says hi. Anita says hi. Annalise says hi. Cobra says he's back.
Hi,
Piano Eagle says hi.
Hey.
Cobra says hi. Falconer.
Yeah, because I'm a falconer.
Look at this one.
obviously.
Are we being too loud today?
Thank you.
Are we being
No.
disruptive?
No.
No.
You're not today. You were very excited the other day.
Yes, we were. We're about to get to a more exciting portion. Calvin says hello.
Hi, guys. Hi, Kelvin. Hi, Aparna, Annalise, Shauna, Casey, Cobra. Cobra, you're like a big fan. Liam
Leo Mega. Stunts.
Sure.
Brandon.
Is that
Brandon Brown.
Hey, Brandon.
Casey Cole says toads are coming. Watch out.
Hey, guys.
Curb, what did you think of Toadsburg?
I'm really into it. My idea was to make, because you guys did all the mountains and volcanoes involved, I thought it'd be cool to make a topographic map of it. You know, like with a clay model and things like that.
A clay model?
A clay model.
Like make it three-dimensional?
Look, a toad. Literally a toad. Make a toad. Like
Oh my gosh.
I think it'd be cool.
I'm not that good of a sculptor, so I might
Maybe
have to
one of
figure it
them
out.
are, you know?
Does anybody really good at sculpting?
Or like making stuff with clay.
Yeah, it says you guys were sure are brave in the episode of Weird But True.
That's true.
Scariest episode of Weird But True, Curb?
I had never been on a roller coaster before, so the roller coaster episode, oddly, I know that's really lame, but the roller coaster episode for me.
We went on the largest and steepest and fastest roller coaster in North America.
Yeah, that was the first ever roller coaster that I'd been on.
That's absolutely insane. Old days when Charlie and Kirby were the main. Oh yeah, not anymore.
How about you? Scariest? Probably something in the water.
My scariest one was the race car episode where I drove the dragster.
Oh,
Because that was just like holding on. I was like, well, this is the end.
Yeah.
I was ready to accept my fate.
Anyway.
But I survived.
Don't worry, Curb. I'll never go on a roller coaster. Thank you, Casey. Me neither, ever again.
What about the shark? The shark wasn't that scary.
No, it wasn't.
Because we were kind of calmed down. The scary thing about the shark was my mask flooded and Kirby's scuba suit wasn't balanced.
Yeah, I kept going up to the surface, and so I was holding on to Charlie while you were swimming throughout, and you're like, go away.
If you watch the shark episode, we're like hooked arms like this, and it looks like we're really scared. But the truth is that
I just kept floating to the top.
Kirby just kept floating to the top, so I had to drag her down. It was crazy.
It wasn't scary though at all. Yeah. Anyway.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us, Curb.
Enjoy your
Centripetal force board.
love it.
Thanks.
Bye everyone.
All right, everybody. Kirby's going. See you guys later. See you guys. Bye, Curb. Everybody say bye, Curb. Bye, Curb. Oh my gosh, that's so fun. I love when Kirby visits. Okay, sorry. We were just talking about storifying the force board. All right, bye, Curb. Oh, Elizabeth Elliott, welcome to the chat. Elizabeth, welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad you could make it. Okay, everybody. I don't know about storifying this force board. I don't know if it makes a lot of sense. H1M2, welcome back, dude. I just found out why I had so much work yesterday for online. I did all my work yesterday, but that means supposed to do today, so I'm back. Holden, welcome back. No work today. What up? All right, Nada. See you later, Nada. Okay, everybody. Yeah, I don't think we have time to storify. Wait. I don't think we have time to storify the Centripetal force board. You know, I just think we're on the clock, guys. We're running out of time. I just think I don't know if it's gonna happen. Wait, what's that? What's that? I'm getting a call. Hello? Hello? Guys, this is Patrick. This is Patrick Zaytoony. He says, Patrick, what do you want? You want us to design a section of the O'Neill colony? Yes? Really? You're collecting a unique unit of spaceship designers. Really? Yeah? An elite force of designers to design a test section of the O'Neill colony, but it won't be easy. You're telling me it won't be easy. Who do you call? Who do you want to call? Are you calling on Cobra? All right, Cobra. Patrick wants you in. You calling on Holden? All right, Holden. Holden, they want you in. All right, you want Anitha? All right. Tell me the names. All right, he's calling on Anitha, on Elizabeth, on Casey Cole, on Annalise and Piano. Who else are you calling in? The entire chat. All right, the entire chat. You guys are on board. We're doing this together. Patrick, what can we do for you? You want us to design a section of the O'Neill colony. That we can do. All right, yes. We need to launch it into space. Okay. And we need what? We need to put soldiers on our colony, fire it up, test the gravity, and then settle it down? Really? You want to do that? You entrust us, the elite force? All right. Patrick, I'll let him know. Thank you. We will not let you down. I promise you, Patrick, you can count on us. All right, everybody. We have received our mission from Patrick Zaytoony himself, from Blue Origin, to construct a section of the O'Neill colony, everybody. We are an elite force of designers. We are ready to construct a section. As I bring out the materials, we need a name. We need a name. Everybody, what is the name of our elite force of space designers? Post ideas in chat while I will get my materials out. Casey, we're storifying this, Casey. We're storifying this. Everybody, materials, scissors, tape, paper. We don't have string, so we're using shoelaces. And we don't have a wooden board, so we're using cardboard. I will begin by cutting out our square. That will be the base of our O'Neill colony, just as a reminder of what we're doing. We are putting together a centripetal force board, but we are really on a mission from Patrick Zaytoony himself. All right, we have a couple names right here. Toad Soldiers Must Fight. Elite Toad Force. We have Toad Star Force. Okay, everybody. There's only one way to decide this. Think. We're doing a straw poll. Straw poll for the name of our elite force of designers. Elite force name. I'm going back. Elite Toad Force. Elite Toad Force. Toad Star Force. Lava Lamp. Lava Lamp. The Toad Soldiers might wise to fight again unless the Snake Force comes. The Toad Star Force. The Scavengers. Ooh, the Scavengers. All right, great poll. Everybody, sharing the poll in the chat. All right, spamming it in the chat. Poll spammed in the chat, guys. Check it out. Give us your vote on what the name for our elite force is, everybody. On the name of our elite force. Who are we? What is our name? While I cut out our square. Here's our square. This is what we're going to use as the base for our O'Neill colony. This piece of cardboard isn't very flat. So I'm tracing, I'm doing a little trace right here. This is going to be the base of our centripetal force board. I'm just making a nice little square that I'm going to then cut out using an X-Acto blade. The Toadians of the Galaxy. Oh my gosh, that was a great one. The Toadians of the Galaxy. Toadians of the Galaxy. Gone. Bye, Casey. I hope this works. Okay. Here we go. We're creating our base. How are we doing on time here? We're running a little low on time, but that's okay. All right, our base is made. Time to check this poll. All right, see you on Tuesday. See you on Tuesday, Cobra. We're gonna be back on Tuesday for sure. I'm gonna vote for Elite Toad Force. Elite Toad Force, vote. We are the Elite Toad Force. Elizabeth, see you later. Welcome everybody to the Elite Toad Force. We are creating the base of our centripetal force board. First, we are cutting a square out of cardboard. Then, we are making holes in all of the corners. Holes in all of the corners. All right, let's see what we can do. Holes in all of the corners. It's not healthy how much we like toads. I think it is extraordinarily healthy how much we like toads. Hey, Holden, I think you missed it, but we're thinking about doing a game night next week where I know some people can't make it during the school day. So we're gonna do a game night during the week that everybody can make. We're just gonna kind of do cahoots and stuff like that. Toad soldiers must fight against the frogs. Okay. Mansi Pisani, welcome, welcome. So we have holes right here in all of the corners. And I don't know what day That's gonna be, guys. What day usually works for you for a game night or something like that? Let me know. Okay. So I took my shoelace through the hole, and we're just gonna tie a little knot on the other side. Little knot on the other side, kind of like that. We're gonna do this on all corners. Anitha, I'm so glad. Hey, say hello to your mom for me. Thank you, Anitha's mom, for allowing her to watch the stream. Thursdays are good for piano and I. Good. Oh, Thursday night. Thursday night might be fun. Thursday night might be fun. Fridays work for me too. You don't choose the toad life, the toad life chooses you. I don't think we have an obligation to the toads and people of Toadsburg to continue talking about toads for the rest of time. We can't just leave them alone when in their freshly proclaimed country. We can't abandon them in their time of need. I think that would be foolish, disrespectful. Holden, what up? You're on a new thing now. Holden, welcome. Any day besides Tuesdays. Annalise, thank you. Grace. Hello, Grace. Welcome to the chat. Haven't seen you before. Welcome. All right, everybody. As we are putting together our centripetal force board, we've made the bottom, right? We cut out the square. We've taken our string and fed it through. Hello, Daniel. Welcome, Daniel. We got some new people in the chat, and I'm excited about it. We're going to do a spin test. This is a spin test right here. All right, here we go. So first we got to make it so it kind of lies flat. That looks good. Spin test. Spin test. This is the worst knot I've ever made. Okay, this is what it's gonna be. Ready? So you go like this and you spin it. Okay, it's spinning well. I hope this works. It's a little uneven, so I really hope this works. Okay, everybody. Our section of the O'Neill colony is created. You know what's next. You know what's next. Hey, Michelle. Welcome, Michelle. Hello, everybody. Hello, everybody new. Everybody, we are testing out a centripetal force board. Here's what the centripetal force board looks like. We are not using water. We're doing something else. We created it using cardboard. All right, everybody. Guys, it's time. We are the elite toad force, everybody. The elite toad force designing a section of an O'Neill colony for Blue Origins, a mission given to us by Patrick Zaytoony himself of Blue Origins. Hey, Milo. Thanks for joining us, Milo. All right, everybody. It's time to test. It is time to launch our O'Neill colony into space. Welcome Sequoia, Whitley, Archer, Daniel. Welcome all of Annalise and Piano Eagle's friends. You have joined us at a dramatic crossroads. We have constructed our centripetal force board. We are ready to test it, to launch it into space. May I tell you guys? We have our first group of soldiers, our first group of volunteers. These brave soldiers will be launched on our Centripetal Force Board. They're army men who, for whatever reason, really love yoga. Michelle, have a great day at school. Everybody, these are our men. If anyone knows yoga, let me know what position this is, because I have absolutely no clue. Hello, Catherine. Welcome to the stream. Our yoga soldiers will be launched to space on our Centripetal Force Board O'Neill Colony section. Downward dog. Downward dog. We have our downward dog soldier. I think this is like the sun pose. See you later, Grace. I need a volunteer to be our mission command, to count us down as we fire up our O'Neill colony in space. I need volunteers. Patrick has joined the chat. Patrick will be our first volunteer. We need a second in command to be our volunteer. Monsi Pisani, you are second in command. This is integral. Patrick, once we launch into space, you count us down from 5 in the chat. At your countdown, we will fire up the cylinder. When you are ready for us to stop, you will count us down from 5 and we will land again. Hopefully, our soldier makes it. This is the first test, so we have no way of knowing. Monsi, I'm looking at you. Monsi. Milo, what up? Monsi, if Patrick is out of commission, if Patrick does not pull through on his countdown, I'm looking to you to take over. Here's the tricky part. Once we start. Wait, Patrick, we're not ready. Patrick, we're not ready. I'll tell you when to start the countdown. Once we start, once we launch into space, I do not have radio contact anymore. My radio contact is out. I just have chat contact. So I need you to pull through. Everybody, are you ready? Patrick, can you confirm that you're ready? Can I get a confirm from Patrick and Monsi? Can I get confirmed for Patrick and Monsi? Our primary in command and our second in command. We are ready. We have a confirm from Patrick. Downward dog soldier is our first soldier. Everybody, I'm going off radio control. My radio contact is gone. We are officially off air. Everybody, we are ready to start. Patrick, we have launched the O'Neill colony into space. We are now launched into space. Patrick, on your count, Patrick, we are ready for countdown. 5, 4. I'm stuck at 4. 3, 2, 1. Where is it? We need the 0. Patrick, we need the 0. Come on. Launch. Okay, we're launching. Ah! It's working. Okay, it's working. Patrick, we're now launched in space. Our cylinder, our O'Neill cylinder is launched. The Yoga Man is on the wall. Patrick, count us down. Count us down. We're ready. We're ready to slow down. We're ready to slow down, Patrick. We need a countdown to stop. We need a countdown. We have a 5. I have a countdown in the chat. 5, 4. Monty, thank you for taking over. 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowing down now. Slow. Oh! Oh! Everybody, we have done it. The first mission was a success. Let's go, everybody. The forces have maintained themselves. The centripetal force pushed against the wall and our army man survived. Everybody, the centripetal force plate was correct. Patrick, here's a call. Here's a call from Patrick. Hello? Yeah? Patrick, you say you're proud of us? Ah, terrific. Thank you. Patrick says he's proud of us, but our mission is not over, everybody. Everybody, our mission is not over. Patrick says we're not just launching one person into space. We need to launch a few people into space. Okay. One soldier. 2 soldiers. Kirby says quiet. Sorry, Kirby. 3 soldiers. Everybody, it's time for the 3-soldier launch. Kirby wants us to be quiet, so we have to be a little more quiet. Patrick, thank you so much for holding us in command. We need a new command. New mission control. Patrick served us well. We need a new volunteer for mission control. Catherine, I'm not sure what's going on. I would refresh your page. I would restart your computer. Maybe try it in an incognito tab. Casey Cole has volunteered to be mission control. Everybody, I'm looking for a volunteer for second in command. Because as we know, Casey Cole is a loose cannon. We need a volunteer to count us down. Holden. Holden. Holden, H92 brothers. We have Holden and Casey are this mission control. Everybody, we are ready to go. We have 3 yoga soldiers. 3 yoga soldiers are ready to go. Just as a reminder, we need to count down to launch into space. We need to count down to bring us back. I lose radio control once we launch into space. And also, Kirby wants us to be quiet. So we need to be a little quiet this time. So then, Annalise, we're in launch 2 of 3. The third one, this is a message to Daniel, will be our 4-person. And once we launch 4 soldiers into space, it will be mission success. So everybody, Casey, not yet. Not yet. Everybody, here we go. I'm losing radio control. We're off radio control. This is going to be a silent launch, everybody, because Kirby wants us to be quiet. Our centripetal force board is launching into space. We have our 3 soldiers ready. 3 soldiers at the ready. We are now in space. Casey Cole. Casey Cole. I'm looking to Casey Cole for a countdown. Casey Cole. Oh my gosh, we had a quick countdown. Okay. We had a quick countdown. Once I start, you got to start us again. We have 3 soldiers. Ready? And go. Casey, bring us down. Bring us down. It's working, Casey. Bring us down. No, Casey, bring us down. Casey, bring us down. Casey, bring us down. Okay. Oh no. Everybody. Oh no. I have terrible news. Guys. We only had one soldier. Oh my gosh. Patrick? I know, I'm sorry. We lost 2 brave soldiers on our last launch. We tried. The launch was very sudden. Casey called it a very quick countdown, but I take the blame for myself. It's very sad. What do we do in a time like this? Ask the Toad, the elite force of Toads. What's our name? Ask the chat. All right, I'll let them know. Thank you. All right, everybody. Patrick says it's up to us. Do we want to continue? Do we think we can continue and test 4 soldiers on the Centripetal Force Board? Do we think we have what it takes? Or should we call it quits? Should we call it quits and cut our losses? What does the elite Toad Force want to do? It's times like these where we have to make the important decisions. Do we do it for the future, or do we cut our losses? Let's see what you guys think. Monsi Pisani says yes. Piano Eagle says Elite Toad Force. Catherine has threatened to unsubscribe. I'm so sorry, Catherine. I wish I knew what was going on. Annalise says yes. H1 Holden says to be continued. We can do it. Bob the Builder, yes we can. Everybody, I think we do it again. I think we do it. Toast Points, welcome. I think we do it for the sake of Blue Origins. Patrick entrusted in us. I trust you guys. We're going to do it. I'm going to collect the soldiers. Masani Pasani, welcome. Or sorry, I'll see you next time. While I collect our soldiers, we need a new set of volunteers. Annalise already beat me to it. Daniel volunteers for mission control. We will go on. Holden says we will go on. Daniel is at mission control. We need a second in command. Second in command, looking for volunteers for second in command while I collect our soldiers. Everybody. Leo Mega Stunts. Leo Mega Stunts, I'm looking at you. All right, Daniel is our first in command. Leo Mega Stunts is our second in command. Are you guys ready to take up the challenge? I need to confirm from Daniel. I need to confirm for Leo Mega. Catherine, I'm so sorry. Maybe try a different internet connection or something like that. I wish I could help you. Can I get confirm in the chat from Daniel when you are ready? Can I get confirmed from Leo Mega Stunts when you are ready? I'm mounting our soldiers. Our soldiers are mounted. We have a yes from Leo Mega. We are looking for a yes from Daniel. Once we have the yes from Daniel, we are ready to continue. For those who have just joined us recently, we are testing our Centripetal Force Board that simulates how gravity is created on O'Neill colonies. We have a confirmation from Daniel. Everybody? We have a confirmation from Daniel. We have a confirmation from Leo Mega. Everybody has confirmed. We're going to go back. May I remind you, we have 4 soldiers. If you ask me what we need to potentially correct, I think the countdown was very sudden. I think maybe once we're in the air spinning, if we have a quicker countdown down, I don't know if we can last as long as we did last time. But it looks like we are a go. Everybody, we are a go. I'm losing radio contact. I must remind you, I'm losing radio contact. Now we are just using the chat. Only the chat. Here we are. Time for our test. The final test, everybody. We have launched into space. We've launched into space. We have launched into space. Daniel. The Omega at the ready. Daniel, I'm ready for countdown. Once you count us down from 5, we start spinning. After that, the Omega, you ready? You count us down again. Oh, shoot, 5, 4, 3. Oh, I don't know who's who. I don't know who's who. I don't know who to look at. Who do I look at? Annalise or Daniel? I'm looking at Annalise. 2, 1. I'm ready. Come on. Let's see it. 0. Okay, go ahead. Countdown. We got it. Give us the countdown. It's going. No! Oh. No. Hello? Patrick? Yeah. We we launched 4 soldiers into space. It was going well, I will admit. We had about 5 good spins in there. 5 good spins. Unfortunately, as the spinning continues, there was some slipping. And I don't know how to tell you this. We lost them. We lost them all. No survivors. I'm sorry. We will continue another day. Thank you for believing in us. Thank you for thinking we had the gall. At least we now know how gravity works on O'Neill colonies. We're sorry we let you down. But in the spirit of Blue Origin, we will not quit. Yes, Holden, great call. The soldiers will live on in our hearts. Who were they? Let's remember their names. All right, Patrick, goodbye. Who were they? They were this guy. Whatever this pose is. They were this guy. Whatever this pose is. They were the other guys. Whatever their poses were. But they were brave volunteers who offered to help us, to test our centripetal force board. But today they were lost. Everybody, let's get some sad W's in the chat. Some sad W's in remembrance of our yoga soldiers who did not make it. Rest in peace, Rest in peace. Yoga soldiers. Well, that was great. Oh, such a sad ending. Such a sad ending. Oh, I'm trying to figure out what happened. So, the surface is super slippery. Super slippery. And I think they slipped off. I think there was some spinning when I was twisting it, which might have made them slip off. Ooh, F's in the chat. F's in the chat to pay respects. Yes. F's in the chat to pay respects, everybody. F's in the chat. Ugh. But I think they slipped off. But the neat thing is we found out that the centripetal force board works. And you don't need to use glasses of water, because that seems pretty sketchy. I think, yes, Leo Mega, you're right. If the yoga soldiers were heavier, I think it'd be easier. If they had flatter bottoms, I think it'd be easier. But the thing is, we were able to make it work for one yoga soldier. But anyways, you can imagine that that's how gravity works in an O'Neill cylinder. It's spinning around. So when you're like this, the force of the inertia of the soldier flying to the side is pressing it up against the wall of the O'Neill cylinder, or what would actually be the ground of the O'Neill colony. As it continues, it will continue to be thrown to the outside, and that force of pressing it against the ground or the edges of the cylinder is simulated gravity. Very easy demo to do, very fun, especially when you make it like we did. One soldier in the middle too, perhaps it was on the side, it might have fell. Yeah, I think so. It did work for a little. But I gotta go eat. Holden, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. Yeah, spinning the board while spinning the unit would do it. Definitely, Annalise. I think you're right. I think you need like a flat bottom, like a round thing, and then something at the top so you can hold it, and then yeah. Zachariah, I don't necessarily follow, but I think that makes sense. All right, guys. Well, we gave it a good look. We have one more activity to do today. Which is going to be kind of a little bit more fun, and this will kind of just wrap us up at the end, bringing our entire, oh, my hat's going crazy. Bring our entire day to a nice conclusion. Everybody, you might remember Patrick talked about something called Club for the Future. Club for the Future is a thing that Blue Origin is doing. Basically, the coolest thing that they're doing right now is that they have this program set up where you can write a postcard and literally send it to space. You can write a postcard and send it to space. You can write a postcard and send it to space on one of their rockets. So here's a little video that describes it. We're gonna watch it really quick, and then we're gonna write one of our own postcards that's gonna be sent to space. Why are you wearing a cap? Is it cold there? I'm totally bald, and I have my head gets really cold because I'm super bald. Catherine, another suggestion. If you have a phone, maybe try watching it on a phone, or Catherine, maybe try another device. Maybe that would work. Here's a little bit of a description about this postcard situation, and we're gonna figure it out.
The Club for the Future. Ask K through 12 students to send us postcards with their dreams of the future.
Jeff Bezos.
Mine says the future is only a tomorrow away because if we build the future, we have to do it a day at a time.
That's really poetic. That's really cool. We're going to send those postcards to space in New Shepard. And then we're going to bring them back and mail them back to you.
Let's take a look at some of these. These are fantastic. What a great drawing. It's time to verify. Nice. That's beautiful.
The asked Blue Origin, so okay.
Why does Earth need space?
Why does the Earth need space?
The big questions are the interesting ones. Earth has everything we need to survive and thrive as humans here, but it is getting pretty crowded.
Humans have this need for exploration. We always have. I think it's in us. It's part of us.
Earth needs space to spark innovation.
To keep Earth healthy.
For perspective.
We could learn things.
Anita, it's fall here. Fall.
And the people that are living here.
The mission here is, millions of people living and working in space, and that's what I wanted to contribute to.
This is me being the first woman on Moon.
And then in the background, you can see Earth, so we can wave to our families.
Some sort of spinning colony. People call them O'Neill colonies, from a book written by Professor O'Neill.
That's me.
Zachariah, I agree. I agree.
You're gonna need space mechanics, right?
It's gonna look crazy.
Something that you can invent that could be used for space, but also here on Earth.
We can look back at Earth and see the beauty that we have and how lucky we are and how we need to treat the Earth and how we need to treat each other.
There are more stars in the universe than there are grains of sand in all the beaches on the planet Earth.
That's from Rupert True, that quote too.
Humans in the solar system, which means we'd have 1,000 Mozarts and 1,000 Einsteins.
Of all of the things in the universe, what you are doing matters. Reach for the stars. Thank you.
It's this generation's job to build the road to space.
All right. That's basically the background. So if you go to clubforthefuture.org, it has all of the information about where to send it. It even has a PDF that you can kind of download, and it gives you all of the information. Here, if you want a screenshot, right here. Club for the Future P.O. Box. Can I get that bigger? Club for the Future P.O. Box 5759 Kent, Washington. That's where you send it to if you want to screenshot that. We have a couple questions. Do you want to go to space, Charlie? I don't know, man. You know me, I'm a nature guy. I love nature. So until they have nature set up on an O'Neill colony, I think I'm pretty good here. But that's not to say other people might not be interested in going. Say, Anita, if I had a time machine, that depends. How big is my time machine? I don't know. All right, everybody, here's what it is. You can go to that website, clubforthefuture.org, and download a PDF that describes kind of what you need to send. So this is what you need to send. You need to put your name and your return address over here, have your parents sign it, and then on the back you can draw anything you want, literally anything you want. That, as it suggests here. On the blank side, draw or write your answer to the question, why do you think Earth needs space? On this side, write a message, your address, and a stamp. So we need to make a drawing. First off, this is from all of us. This is from all of us. This is from you and me. So who should I say that this is from? That's my question. Because it's from all of us, should we call it from chat? Should it be from chat? Should we say that it's from the Toad Force? I already forgot our name. Why did I forget our name? You know what I'm saying? Who should it be from? From the Elite Toad Force? Should it be from chat or the Elite Toad Force? What do you guys think? This letter is going to be sent to space. Elite Toad Force. I think we should say it's from the Elite Toad Force. The Toadsburgians! Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. From the city of Toadsburg. From the city of Toadsburg. I think this is from the council from the city of Toadsburg, aka the Toadsburgians. The city of Toadsburg. I love that. The city of Toadsburg, which is our capital. Okay, now my question is, why does Earth need space? It's kind of a tricky question. What do you think? Why does Earth need space, everybody? Any ideas? Let's throw some ideas in the chat if you have any ideas for why does Earth need space? That's what they're looking for, right? Draw or write your answer to the question, why do you think Earth needs space? From the city of Toadsburg, why does Earth need space? I'm trying to think. Why does Earth need space? I'm trying to think of what Patrick was saying. If you think about it, it's kind of like eventually our resources here on Earth will be kind of used up. But Patrick had an idea about kind of spreading our technology or spreading out. If we have a lot of room to spread out and continue to thrive, why not? Why pose any limitations on us? Let's see. Sequoia says to see God's creation. Nice. If that religion is very important to you, then yes, that's a great idea for why Earth needs space. Daniel says, because the toads need room to rule. Toads need room to rule, and maybe people need room to spread out. Piano Eagle makes a great point. Now that we need to stand 6 feet apart, we have a lot less room. So maybe if we need to continue standing 6 feet apart, it makes sense to continue to spread apart because we don't own it and we are spoiling it a lot. Yes, Anita, that's a great, honest answer, honestly. I mean, we're trying to save Earth the best that we can, but it might come to a point where we might not be able to save it. So we need to find a backup. I mean, it's less of an idealistic way of imagining, but it is kind of a realist way, I think, if we are honest with ourselves. The city of Toadsburg. Because, Monsi's thinking. Monsi Pisani's thinking. You know what I think I might do? All right, Daniel, Sequoia, Archer, Olivia, Whitley. Daniel, Sequoia, Archer, Olivia, Whitley, Annalise, Piano Eagle, all your friends. Thanks so much for joining us today. Thanks so much for participating and everything. I really was glad to have you guys here. So thank you for stopping by. Think about coming back again. Subscribe, ring that bell. But thanks for being here, guys. Really appreciate it. Here's what I'll do. Because we're running out of time, let me know what you guys think about this idea. I think I'm just going to put an image of the island of Toadsburg here. An image of the island of Toadsburg here in the background. In the foreground, I'm going to list all of the reasons why that you listed. I think that's the best way to do it. So it's a reflection of all of our impressions, you know? Because I think the truth is a lot of different people are going to have a lot of different reasons why Earth needs space. So I don't think there's one reason. I think there's a lot. Piano and Eagle are still here. What's up? Do you guys like that idea? We need a toad planet. Elizabeth, I'm going to write that too. Any ideas that you list, I think that's a great idea. Any ideas that you list of why Earth needs space is a reflection of our ideas in the city of Toadsburg. So it should just be a group of all of them. Do you guys like that? Let me know if that appeals to you or not. And then this will be launched into space on a rocket. It will be in space. It might potentially experience zero gravity, I think. If it does, that'd be pretty outrageous. And then they'll send it back, and then we'll officially have a space letter from the city of Toadsburg, which would be pretty incredible. I'm back. What's happening? Holden, what's up, dude? We were talking about we're writing a letter to space. So this is going to be put on a rocket sent into space by Blue Origin. And we're talking about ideas for why Earth needs space. Any ideas that you list in the chat, I'm going to write on this letter. In the background, it's going to have an image of our island, the island of Toadsburg that we created on Tuesday. Island of Toadsburg. And it'll be from the city of Toadsburg. So if you have any ideas for why Earth needs space, put them in the chat. Brandon says, I watched the reruns of Weird But True series. It's classic episodes. The classic episodes are fun to watch because they look a little bit different than the new ones. So I'm glad that you guys like it. But hey, guys. Daniel, if you don't have any ideas, that's okay. Don't worry about it. Just if anything comes to mind, throw it down. But here's the truth, everybody. Here's the truth. We have pretty much wound things down today. Space gives potential for new opportunities. Elizabeth, that's a great idea. That's a very nice quote. I really like that quote. Idea for what? Holden, ideas for why do you think Earth needs space? Answers to the question, why does Earth need space? All right, everybody, let's look at what we're doing next time. Everybody, we're winding down. We just have a couple minutes. I'm going to look at what we're doing next time, or at least what we're going to be talking about, Piano Eagle, because I haven't even looked it up. One sec. I'm looking at the schedule for upcoming wonders. A week? What's the date of Tuesday? Does anybody know Tuesday's date? Let's look it up. Tuesday's date is the 8th. So the 8th is what happens if you wake a bear from hibernation. That's the wonder of the day. So we're going to be talking about bears. We're going to be talking about hibernation. We're going to be talking about animals. I don't know what the activity is going to be, but it's going to be pretty fun. The 8th is what happens if you wake a bear from hibernation. Hibernation, sleep, and bears are the theme on Tuesday's stream. I think we're probably going to do it at about the same time, everybody. We're going to meet on Tuesday, and then we're going to do some sort of a trivia stream, just like a game night stream that's going to be a bit later, because I know people have school and stuff like that. When will we develop the Toad Country? Piano Eagle, I believe the island of Toadsburg will be something that we're going to be developing continuously for a very long time. The story is definitely not over. I think I'm going to take that entire stream and edit it into a video called The Story of Toadsburg and post it on YouTube, just so we have it as a nice archive. Casey Cole, welcome back. We're just chilling out now, guys. Everybody, that's the stream. That's the stream. That's everything we have planned. Thank you guys so much for joining us for the whole thing. I certainly had a lot of fun today. I was really nervous getting ready for that interview with Patrick, but you guys helped settle me down, and I think that went really well. So hopefully we'll be able to do a couple more of those in the future. I had a lot of fun with our Centripetal force plate. That was a fun DIY craft that we kind of fooled around with and had a good time. Malika OP says, I love the interview. Nice. I'm glad you guys liked it. Annalise says, Ben and I wrote a national anthem for this island of Toadsburg. Annalise, if you can email me that, I will play it on stream and I will sing to it. That sounds awesome. That sounds outrageous. worldbycharlieofficial@gmail.com. I would love to see that. Interview was awesome. Thank you guys for being there. I was really glad you guys were there in the chat. I felt comfortable looking at your names and knowing you guys were listening to it. Nice, Annalise. That's going to be great. Again, if you guys, we didn't really talk about this, but if you have any collections or wildlife photos, like things that you collect, if you want to take photos of them, they'll be kind of featured in the top right corner. That's our collection montage that we have right now. Charlie at worldbycharlieofficial.com. Oh, sorry. worldbycharlieofficial@gmail.com. Here it is, just so you have it. worldbycharlieofficial@gmail.com. I cannot attend some of the live videos. I have exams and need to prepare. That's all right. But guys, I think we're going to wind down. I think we're going to wind it down. Everybody, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much. I had a really great time. Daniel, thank you so much for joining us. I think we're going to sign off, guys. I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you have a wonderful week and a great weekend. If you're back in school, I hope school's doing well. If you're doing distance learning, I hope that's going well too. But thank you guys so much. Nada, thank you for being here. I know you have work right now, so thank you for working and being with us. Piano Eagle, see you later, guys. Yes, virtual hugs for everybody. The adventure will continue again on Tuesday, everybody. The adventure will continue again. Thank you so much for joining us. Everybody, I'm going to go to the see you next time screen, but I'll be hanging around and I'll just say goodbye to everybody. So thank you guys so much for joining us. I'll see you next time. Elizabeth Elliott, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you, Annalise. Thank you, Piano. I was so glad you guys brought your friends over. That was great. Virtual hugs to everybody. Daniel, thanks for showing up. Brandon, thanks for showing up as always. As always. Holden, thanks for showing up, man. Appreciate it. Glad you can come in. Nada, as always, you're the best. You're the best, Nada. Thanks. All right, everybody. I'll see y'all next time. Thanks so much for joining us. See you later.